Hello and a very warm welcome to the Grassroots Weekender show. I'm Mal Lee, your host for this evening. And like you say, well it's not really, is it? Like every other evening. But I didn't do it on Friday. The young commentators hosted their own show and they will do every Friday unless we have a break, Easter, something, give them a day off. But no doubt I'll be there covering them for them. Anyway, welcome to the show, especially to our listeners on SoundCloud, Mixcloud, and to our viewers on DXTL TV from the touchlines. And you can incidentally, if you're a SoundCloud listener, why not view and subscribe free to our channel. It's DXTL TV from the touchlines, and we hope you'll enjoy it because we're trying to bring you as much as we possibly can, especially with the young commentators, how the kids are improving, what they're expecting to be doing when we go out and about and they've got their microphones and they're coming up to all the parents, yes, to all the parents, managers, coaches, even the kids who are playing, and they're going to interview them. That should be really, really good. Okay, as I say, a massive welcome to the show and a massive, massive well done to all the footy mums who turned out in force around Jeffrey Humble. I was going to take one or two photographs of them because there was some unreal sights, I must admit. When women walking through grassroots football pitch with the hair all up and all in curlers, that's something special. Obviously they're planning for the night out, the day out, the days out, the week out, I'm not too sure, but the weather came out for them and I'm going to help them celebrate. Many mums will go out there and enjoy their food and, well, their drink as well, to say the least. I'm sure you, Ray, you will be one of them. It's your special day. It's always on a Sunday, isn't it? Always on a Sunday, the majority of times. But anyway, it's extra special on a Sunday. But there was loads, I must admit. I don't think I've ever seen so many soccer mums out and about, footy mums, watching the kids play football. And there are probably loads out there as well, watching their sons or daughters refereeing as well. So there's plenty of parents, mums and dads go out and support them as well. So well done to everyone, all you mums who have been refereeing, all you mums who have been supporting the kids. What more could I say? I hope you've had a lovely, lovely day, a happy Mother's Day, and I hope everything's gone great for you. And the kids and your husbands and your sons, daughters have all been spoiling you rotten and making you that extra special mum that you always are anyway. Even if you're not with us anymore. Happy Mother's Day to you. We've all got mums who are not with us, but we know the excitement it brings and the love from the families that it brings to you as well. And I'm sure you all appreciate it because you're extra, extra special. So I thought I'd give you all a magnificent welcome. And obviously you won't be tuning in, or the majority won't, to this show, but you might see it in a couple of days' time on YouTube and might thank us for it. But we just want you to have a lovely time and enjoy your day. It was great you turned out for the kids. As I say, even if they're officiating or playing football, you didn't let them down. And I'm sure plenty of the husbands all stayed at home washing the dishes and making the breakfast for them this morning before they got the kids ready. But I saw a lot of mums there today. It makes me wonder whether all the mums are in the teams and all the husbands were at home tidying up the garden, doing that DIY job for them that they've been promising for nearly 12 months, and they've decided to do it on Mother's Day and say, well, there's my gift to you, love. I wonder just how many of you lads, come on, mal@extraline.com. If you're a mum, an extra special mum, which you will be, get in touch with us as well and just let us know what your husband or your family done to make your day that extra special. We'd love to hear from you. If you can, take the time out and let us know. I'd love to hear myself. Brilliant. I hope you've had a lovely day. Loads of chocolates, loads of food, loads of exercise. Next week anyway, I'm sure there will be. Anyway, we were out and about at the Walton Kirkdale JFL today. We were out in the North Liverpool JFL yesterday and the weather was glorious yesterday. It was a little bit warmer than what it was today, but it's still loads of sunshine, loads of great football to watch, and a massive apology to Anfield Town JFC. Or Junior Football Club. I did not catch up with Lee. Lee, I've been there 2 weeks on the run. I've not seen you because I've been waylaid, busy, out and about, probably marching, writing out reports, not many reports going out by the way. You've seen the notepad that I'm going out with now, and plenty of managers are asking me what it's for. So I'm explaining to them now, we're monitoring teams from the touchlines, managers, referees as well, so you can't say that we're all for one and we're all for all, basically. So we're watching you, watching them, and them are watching us, watching them as well. So it's a big circle, and we're bringing people together and trying to make a difference on the touchlines more so. And if there's anything untoward, which I found out today there was, nothing really serious, but those people were approached by myself, had a busy day, and I was watching, not everyone, but so many, and you're getting reports in that people are respecting you, people like us on the touchlines, and we do make a difference, and we have been since 2003, bringing people together. So there you go. Anyway, fantastic day, but would you believe, I watched my grandson's team today, what a game it was. I thought it was unbelievable. The two sets of players, unreal. Won't name them, obviously, at the moment, and they were going great guns, but they're only kids, under sevens, and in one of the teams, my grandson's teams, a couple of under sixes, or a few under sixes to be honest, but what a game it was. And the score, they were winning 4-0 half time, and the score ended up 5-4 for my grandson's team. But it was brilliant to watch, but it did start getting a little bit feisty at the end. The kids started having a go, there was a few fouls, the kids start retaliating, they don't like it, and that's unfortunately what does happen in grassroots football. Now that is down to the two coaches to have a word with the kids and tell them, put them in a position and tell them to stop that, because that is what it's all about. And no doubt they did, they either improved the game or their input doesn't affect the game, and in some incidents it didn't affect the game whatsoever. You need to be a little bit stronger. I was always stronger with the kids. I was always letting everyone know what I was saying to those kids. It was never shouting at them. It was being positive, including them, and telling them what damage they could do and how to play the game of football without fouling. Don't get et up if you're being beaten. That is what you've got to watch with so many kids at that age, and you need to nip it in the bud as soon as you possibly can. Now, I was a bystander, which I always am. I tried to keep myself out of it and just watch the game and obviously listen. Now, it's being on a touchline and you hear so many things, you can only take so much. So you have to speak up at some time and make yourself known. I've been trying to keep the badge away. I didn't keep the t-shirts away today because obviously it was nice and sunny, and I wanted to portray the message, the poem on the back, and the REFspect, the work that we do to support referees. But one thing I will not will not tolerate is too much niggling going on, and when a referee is getting blamed. Now I'm a support worker, that's my full-time job, and I have no hesitation in supporting the referees either. That's my forte, and I've got to, because at the end of the day most of those kids are still at school as well. So I have to look at it, and I have to turn around, and sometimes you have to do what's best to try and nip it all in the bud and let you know, or let the parents know, not who's boss, not who is, but you have to knock them down a bit. You don't mind passion, you don't mind support, you don't mind clapping and encouragement. That's okay, that's part and parcel of the game. And some mums are very over-passionate, we know that. They shout, they try and encourage, but they're trying the very, very best and the hardest not to do that. That's the way they are, and that's the way. But they're not offensive doing it, they're just very loud. And some of the mums there will laugh at me saying this as well, but they'll get used to it. They will do. As the games go on through the season, as the kids get older, the games do get tougher. We all know what football brings to the forte, don't we? And the referees go through it as well. They try and, when they see niggly fouls, they'll try and stop that as much as they can. They can only give what they see. You remember that, mums and dads, they can only give, and grandparents, what they see. Now I had to step in, and unfortunately one of the persons felt the wrath of myself and don't cross the line, and I made sure, not just to that parent to pull him to the side, because he was shouting at everyone wanting them to hear him blaming the referee, I decided that they could hear me, everyone, shouting and having a little go towards him, and put him in his place. And I think that parent was in the place at the wrong time. If he thinks he can get away with it, and over the weeks, I've heard too much of it when he's there, dictating what the referee should do and what the referee shouldn't do. So if you're that person looking in at me, I'm not offended by having a go at you. You've got to realise that when it's a kid's game, you have to stand on the touchlines and give loads of encouragement. Stop running the teams down. If your lad gets fouled or your lad gives a foul, you have to grin it and bear it. Let the coach deal with it, let the referee deal with it. It's as simple as that. Parents start shouting, you have to count to 10. You have to take a back seat. But this parent was consistent at blaming the referee, the young referee, for everything. And he was giving as much as he could, and he was trying his very, very best. And you've got to take it. The referee gives a foul, free kick, then so be it. It's what the referee saw. There was a lot of decisions there where we didn't see what was going on. But it was one of those things. Anyway, put him in his place. He was there at the wrong time, and he was obviously shouting too much, and I had to put him in his place and protect the referee, because it's had enough. And I got my say in, and I think the message will get home to him as he gets home and realises what he's like on the touchline. But one thing for sure is when I'm there on a touchline, the referees will be protected. Now I can imagine what he would have gone through and what he'd be doing if it wasn't there, listening to that and not being pulled up on it, because he's only going to get worse. I can see that. You can tell these parents, you can tell what they're wanting and what they're trying to do. They're trying to dictate in front of everyone, let everyone know that they can shout at a referee. Not on. These kids are under 7s, and as I say, some of the kids in the team are under 6s. So you've got to appreciate that right the way through. And as far as I'm concerned, they're only kids developing their skills. And managers have to take a proper stance, talk to the kids if they think the kids are going in too hard, if they're getting beat and they want to foul someone, take that out of their game. That doesn't work. That really doesn't work. So coaches, I ask you, and I'm sure there's a majority of you there agreeing with me and understanding with me, that you do need to take that out of the game. There's no excuse for that. There really isn't. If that child wants to kick out because they're being beaten with the ball, then you have to take that child, give them a few seconds, a few minutes off the pitch, talk to them, drum it into them, not just take them off. You have to talk to them and hope they don't do it again. But when it's 4 or 5 times, you know there's a problem. You know it. And the referee was starting to see it, and even talking to him at the end, he was saying that really was getting feisty. Without naming names and what have you, or pinpointing any players, we both agreed what we were looking at. So if I can see it, the referee can see it, we're both agreeing, then it has to be right somewhere. But some of the parents only see one thing. They have vision for their child or their team. You've got to open the vision, you've got to see the broader picture, and you've got to look at both teams. And hopefully you'll respect the coach, the manager and the referee on either side to sort things out. But don't blame the referee all the time. The referee is to keep order. May miss 1 or 2, may give things that he shouldn't have give. They know it, they can all make mistakes. But there's no need to shout and scream at a referee, especially when that referee is still at school. Let the referee develop. They'll get it right. And what I saw of the referee, it was a fine job. It's a hard job in a sense anyway. And these are under 7s. Let them do it. They can see it. They play the game. These are only kids themselves. They know the score. We're all stood on the touchlines there, giving our opinion. You can all have your opinion. That's fine. But keep it to yourself. Don't start shouting to everyone and trying to put that young referee down. And that's what you're doing. I mean, keep going back to the time where if you walked into a classroom and started shouting about towards your child while they're getting taught in school with the teacher, would you do it? Could you do it? Not in a million years. So why do you do it on the touchlines? It's no good for your child hearing your voice either. It really isn't, if you're being abusive or really strong or aggressive in your tone. Cut it out. And I did talk to 1 or 2 managers, not just on the game, my grandson's game, but broader, wider. I was moving one or two, but I've got a lot of good time for a lot of good managers out there and coaches, and we had banter, and I was doing 4 games at once because you can stand on one pitch. Okay, one of the managers I've spoken to there, 1 or 2 of them, and they took it in the stride, they agree, and they're promising they won't do it again. So they know the monitoring form, you put it down there and they'll get that, they'll get a copy as well as the league committee if I think it really is a nasty incident that needs reporting, and they will go to the county FA as evidence. But we don't want to use that, no we don't, we just want you to go out there and enjoy the game of football, let the kids develop and let the referees develop their skills as well. That's what it's all about in a real world, but unfortunately we're not in a real world, and since we come out of COVID, people think it's all back, we can all shout and scream again at the referees. We don't want that. We just want good football, enjoyable football, and a great time with all and each and every one of you parents. We want the banter, we want good banter, we want to work together. Some people might be upset with other things that are said around. Anyone who knows Marjorie Proof, she's like a storyteller. I think I'm that, because you hear that many stories. I could write a book on the stories week in, week out. Never going to happen, because I'll listen to every single story, because there's always 2 sides to every story, isn't there? And I'll always get requests about coming to monitor the team, and I will. And if I don't find anything, I'll just say I was there, you saw me there, everything was great. When you're there on the touchline, that's what happens. People take notice, and if I let that go today on the touchline, that would have carried on even worse. But now, let's hope that that parent has understood, and it's about his child, as you say, under 7s, respecting the game of football and respecting each other. If a child goes in hard at your child, you've just got to grin and bear it and leave it to the coaches and leave it to the referees as well. That's why they're in a football team. We know it's a contact sport, we know they're going to take that out of the game at the moment at young ages, but also as they get older, yeah, they're taking little bits out, but you can't shout and scream. It's passion, you could say, you could argue and say, but I know the difference between passion and a bit of aggressive behaviour. So I took action, and I think hopefully it'll work, but can only take so much when I'm on a touchline and I hear that week in, week out. And as I say, the mums are brilliant, there's no problem, very loud, but they'll learn, that is passion, that is their child, they want a goal, and unfortunately I can't take that away from anyone, unless if it was aggressive or verbally abusive, I'll stop, I'll step in, and that's all I can do. And I hope every one of you respect that. I just want to see the game of football flow. I want to see managers, coaches, mums and dads, grandparents, aunties, uncles, sisters, brothers, all enjoying themselves, and especially the referees as well, because that's what we want, the referees to turn up week in, week out. No referee, no game. And as I say, I mentioned yesterday about young Olivia Henderson. She's got her place now in a Liverpool County FA Cup final. Don't know what it is yet, but we'll find out. And I'm wishing the very, very best of luck. I don't know who's going to be her liners, but I'm sure we'll find out soon enough, and what age group and what teams they are as well. Well, just being put on the game, and I'm sure she will be 110% brilliant, because that is the way I've seen it over the years. And believe me, you've just seen the poster, the 2 young lads that put out, Isaac and Callum. They're going to be the poster faces for the DXTL REFspect Awareness Weekend. We want to promote them, we want to get them going, the youngsters, and we want to promote referees on our pitches. No referee, no game. We know that, and we need you to support us. Keeping our referees within the game, it's getting better. What I've just talked about there, it wasn't that bad today. A few little incidents, I may have missed some from other games. I'll get feedback during the week, and I can just put that down if the league aren't taking action. I'm not too sure. Or no, it's gone to the county FA, I can talk about it, and that's all it is. But I'm there to try and help out and try and make football better for yourselves, the kids and the referees, and also the committees. And that's what I've been practicing over 19 years. And I just need your support, and I hope you like the work that we do. I love the work that I do, otherwise I wouldn't be in it. It's voluntary. We're a CIC, Community Interest Company, and everything that we do is for grassroots football and sport and activities as well. So you watch this space and find out where we're going over the next couple of weeks, and I'll give you the information that can only be good from DXTL to you in grassroots football. We want to make a difference, we really do. Okay, I've come right to the end of our show. I hope you've enjoyed it. Just a quick mention to someone that we're teaming up with, friends of Allenby. Now, Canoe Club, and that's based in Liverpool. So, watch this space and we'll talk more about that in the very near future. Part of everything that's going on. We're going to be busy. Always busy, 24/7 with DXTL. There you go. In the meantime, thank you very, very much indeed for tuning into the show on DXTL TV from the Touchlands and also on our SoundCloud podcast show. And we'll be back again on Friday, this coming Friday at 7 p.m. with the young commentators, DXTL young commentators. I wonder what they've got to talk about. Have a great weekend, the rest of the weekend. Have a lovely Mother's Day, and we'll see you during the week. Hope the week flies for you, and I can't wait to see you on Friday evening with our young commentators. Put your feet up, relax, and just enjoy the sunshine while it's here, because I believe it's changing next week. Have a great day. From myself, Mal, and all the team at Don't Cross the Line, REFspect programme, Don't Bully the Ref. We'll see you on Friday evening with young commentators. Have a great evening.